Namaste and welcome to the next episode of Clinical Ayurveda. Myself, Dr. Mayuresh Akte. We have discussed Shunita Sapan Karma, and in regards with this karma, we have also discussed the different dimensions of Raktam Jivam Iti Sthiti. In today's episode, we will discuss another karma, namely Deepan and Pachan karma. Now, in definitions of these two karma, about Deepan they have mentioned that it ignites Agni but doesn't digest the Ama. And in Panchan karma definition, they have discussed in the text that it digests the Ama but doesn't ignite the Agni. Now, in practical view, if we see if Amapachan karma is to be done by Agni, then before Pachan there should be the Agni should be ignited. It should be have a Deepan Avastha. And in Deepan Karma Vichar, when Agni is ignited, it is going to digest the Ama automatically. So both this karma or both these avastha are very closely related to each other. Pachan requires Deepan karma first, then Pachan will be achieved, and when Deepan is achieved, the Agni will automatically digest the Ama and Pachan karma will be seen. If these two conditions are closely interrelated or dependent on each other, then why Deepan and Pachan terms are given separately? This is the first point. Charak has also mentioned the Deepaniya Gana as a separate Gana. This is the first point. Secondly, how we can choose Deepan and Pachan Karma separately clinically, means in which patient Deepan is required and in which patient Pachan is indicated. Third point, that Deepan and Pachan are Agni related, so Agni Saman Guna are required. So naturally Ushna Guna is expected. But if you see in the text, the Sarvottam Rasa, which is Ampachak, is mentioned as Tikta Rasa. Okay, actually biologic it should be a Katu Rasa, it should be Amla Rasa because of even or Ushnavirya, but they have mentioned Tikta Rasa as Sarvottam Ampachak, and which component of Tikta Rasa is Vayu Akash. So in the Rasa, when Agni is present, should be more indicative for Pachan Karma, but still logically it is true or it is satisfactory that Agni Saman Mahabhuta, Agni Saman Rasa will increase the Agni and Pachan Karma will be achieved, but still in the text Tikta Rasa is named as Sarvottama Amapachana Rasa. So how will you evaluate all these questions clinically also and logically also, and this is the our topic of discussion. Now I will put you in front of you two patients. First patient is having Ama Nirmiti, having all Lakshana of Ama, heaviness, uh, coated tongue, loss of taste, Udara Gaurav, etc. And he also not feeling hungry at all. So all symptoms of Agnimandya and Ama are seen. Second patient in front of you is of Jvara. Now Sampratya Jvara, there is Agnimandya, Amatpatti, then this Ama obstructs the Svedosvatos and the temperature of body is increased. So in both these patients there is Agnimandya and Amanirmiti are the common phenomenon present. Now in practice, what do you expect in the treatment of Jwara, they have mentioned Langanam Svedam Kalo Yavagus Tittako Rasaha. Okay, so in Jwara case, it is required that it should be Langan and Svedan etc. and Tittaras is to be used. In the first case of our patient, only Agnimandya and Amandamidya are present, but you will give Langan for few days, 1 or 2 days. In Jwara, it is they have mentioned for longer period of 7 days. So in these two cases, patients, Agnimandya and Amandamidya are the same phenomenon. Still, what is the difference between their intensity is the very important question. It should be evaluated because on this answer we are going to discuss about Dipan and Pachan indications of this karma. In first patient there is Agnimandya and Amanirmiti, no doubt, but their intensity is not of that much level as compared to Jwara. You know, Jwara is in Jwara there is Avroda Svedavasrotas, and Svedavasrotas extension is all over the body. So, to obstruct the Svedavasrotas, which has been all over body present on the skin, to make avrodh of such a extensive srotas, there should be much more nirmiti of ama. For that ama nirmiti, intensity of Agnimandya will also be on the very higher level. So in our first case, there is Agnimandya and Amanirmiti, no doubt, but intensity of these two is comparatively very much less to the intensity of the patient having Jwara. Hence, in first patient, it has not occluded Svedavasrotas and there is no Jwaranimiti, and symptoms are related only up to the Annavasrotas. In second patient, Agnimandya, Ama Nirmiti, and now Ama has been spread throughout the Svedavasrotas, making its occlusion. So, in both the cases, there is Agnimandya and there is Ama Nirmiti, no doubt, but intensity of these two factors is totally different in these two patients. So, what will be the next thought in the treatment and what will be the evaluation of Dipan and Pachan in these two cases we will discuss in the next episode. Thank you very much.